Hi, everybody. I like a classroom where my students speak up, so good evening. I am 9 years into teaching. I've only taught in Philadelphia, and I plan to stay here until I am too old to do it. So I am here to tell you a little bit more about that. I'm going to start, though, with a bit of a confessional, which is examples of things people say to me at dinner parties about teaching and what I am really thinking when they say it. Sometimes I do say it out loud. Sometimes there's just no time to get into it. So if it sounds like you, holler or don't. I don't know. I love giving my time, my energy, my heart, my soul into teaching. Don't really love giving my salary towards teaching. I am currently $17,000 out on owed back pay due to my canceled contract in Philadelphia. That will be $27,000 if the contract is not reinstated by the end of this school year. That does not include money that I spend on books and supplies for my own classroom. I don't think that's what people mean when they say giving back, but it is sometimes what I am thinking. Awkward. Right, I do have summers off. It is awesome, I won't lie. I also use some of that summer to lesson plan, to clean out my classroom. Several people repainted this summer because that ain't happening in buildings. You gotta do it yourself. Saint, villain, why do people assign this moral? Like, do I have a halo over my head every time I walk into school? I consider myself an employee and a capable one, but I don't really assign morals to that. I assign professionalism and expertise, which is how I would like to be treated in Philadelphia. If that sounds rough, it is sometimes, but now I'm getting to the better stuff about why I choose to stay, and a lot of people I know only want to work in Philadelphia public schools. So one of the things that's coming up, I have a lot of autonomy and freedom in my building. I work at Science Leadership Academy, a fully public high school at 22nd and Arch. We take the same state standardized exams as everybody else. We are measured by the same yardsticks, but our students have the freedom to pursue inquiry-based, project-based learning. If you want to hear more about how we could do that, if the next Ignite could be just for district administrators, I've got a lot to say to them about those ideas. Ignite 19, that would be great. Something else that is very serious for me is my professional network that started in my own building and has expanded to hundreds of educators across dozens of schools, several of whom are in the house tonight, if you want to give them a little shout out. Anything I need, if it's a lesson plan, if it's a venting session, if I want to know what the climate is like in other buildings, I have that avenue. One of the things we did the last years is organizing an all-teacher-led professional development, which ironically we call Death by PowerPoint if it's not run by teachers, but we all put our expertise together, created these sessions, and run full-day sessions in the district, which is really refreshing. The third thing that I want to mention tonight is being politically active. When I came to Philly, I was not from a labor background, and I didn't even know what labor background meant, but all of a sudden I was a member of the Philadelphia Federation of Teachers. I then helped found a rank-and-file union caucus called the Caucus of Working Educators, and we take on some actions like the one you see here to inform people about stuff they don't know about the status of our schools and how we can make them better. Now that I've said some stuff about me, I want to tell you what you, the average citizen, can do. The baseline is do not accept the premise that the Philadelphia schools are incapable of getting better. Y'all have more belief that the 76ers are going to turn it around than the school district of Philadelphia. For teachers in particular, please talk to us like we are professionals, not volunteers. There are some great examples in here about how structurally, in terms of salary and other benefits, people are being pushed out of the industry. It is a market. People will go elsewhere. On the flip side, we do feel that school is our family, and we want you to become a part of that family. That is not an abstract concept. We actually want you to walk into your neighborhood schools, introduce yourself, and ask what you can do. Sitting here waiting for Harrisburg to provide more funding is a really easy moral out, and then you don't do anything when we just want you to become a part of the group. There's an app. You can go find out where your neighborhood school is. What's the next thing? I seriously don't remember. Oh! Kind of obvious, and yet bears repeating, send your children to public school. I have to say to a mostly white crowd tonight, structural racism exists in Philadelphia and in the school district. It's true. That said, I'm also not saying that you are sacrificing or committing some charitable act by sending your child, who might have the option to go somewhere else, to a public school. You are, in fact, giving them the opportunity of a lifetime to engage with the entire population of a major metropolis in America, many of whom they won't meet otherwise. I see this future in my own school and other schools around the city. I invite you to join us on this journey into the future together. Thank you.
I bleed, I pray for peace,